Hi everybody, welcome back. So I've got my other project pan update today, and this is a new video that I put up last month. I've got a makeup project pan going on my channel basically since I started my channel, I think. But I do sometimes realise that I have too many other beauty products that are not makeup, and so I decided to put them in another project pan, and that is what I did last month. So I'm just going to be updating you on the progress of the 11 items that are in this project pan. It is very, very warm again today, so I will be taking regular fan breaks. But I am pleased to say that I have used up 4 items so far, which is a great start to this project pan, and it just goes to show that if you use your products, you're gonna get them used up. So let's start off with those empties. Oh, actually, before we do, I just want to say that if my hair looks a little bit white or a little bit light on top, it's because I'm using this Clarins dry shampoo, which is like a powder, so a little bit like, you know, talcum powder, and it's good at making my hair feel refreshed and not as greasy, but it does lighten my hair, and I find it very, very difficult to kind of, you know, disguise that and make it look not so obvious. So just in case my hair looks a little bit weird, that is why. But apart from that, a good dry shampoo, but I wouldn't buy that one again. I would stick to the aerosol ones. Okay, so let's go with the first item that I used up. It only took me 4 uses to finish this product up, and I finished it up on the 22nd of August. And it's the L'Oreal Retinol. This is the Revitalift Laser Pure Retinol Night Serum. And I have a Skin and Me prescription that I use every other night. So on those nights, I put some of this on my neck and my décolleté. Now, I don't know what the strength of this retinol is. Laura did actually send me a picture of it on Instagram, I think, so I should actually check that, but I think that's why I wasn't using it, because I didn't know how strong it was. So it kind of got put to the side on my dressing table. I didn't really use it, so I just wanted to include it in this project pan and get it used up. And yeah, it only took me 4 uses to completely use it up. Now, because I have had a big break from using this prior to having it in my project pan, I can't really tell you what I think about it, but I think going for something that really makes it clear the percentage that's in it, and maybe something like brands like Medik8 or Skin and Me, Dermatica, something where you know you're getting a much better quality retinol as well, I would prefer to stick to products like that. But if you're after a relatively more affordable or a more drugstore option, then possibly something like this is good to go for. And I think I did buy this because I saw it on a TikTok from a dermatologist, I think. So I think it is meant to be good, but for me, I would rather stick to Skin and Me. Next product I used up, I finished off on the 30th of August. It took me 9 uses to use up, and it is my Garnier Body Repair Restoring Moisturizer for extra dry skin. And this is a really lovely moisturizer, but I can get very lazy when it comes to moisturising my body. It really just depends on the day whether I can be asked to or not. If I've had a hot bath or a hot shower, I don't want to get myself any more hot by rubbing in a body lotion. But then when I'm really cold, I don't want to be stood there without clothes rubbing in a body lotion again. So I'm very, very picky when it comes to wearing a body lotion. So products like this do often get into the habit of just sitting on my dressing table and not getting used. Despite it being a really lovely body lotion, it sinks in really quickly, so you can get dressed quite quickly afterwards. It has a nice subtle scent, it's nothing too overpowering. Garnier, so it's really, really affordable, and it just makes my skin feel really smooth and nourished afterwards. So it is a lovely product, but it is just the type of product that I use on a real infrequent basis, and I know I shouldn't. I know I should moisturise my body every day. What I do not like about this moisturiser, and I think I did say this in my previous video because I think a few people commented with some tips as to how to get the product out, is that it's a really awkward bottle. It's just really difficult to then, once you've used about half of it, to get the rest of it out. I do store it upside down and I do give it a good shake, but I find that it does still take quite a lot of kind of effort to get the rest of the product out of it. So it's a little bit of a nuisance bottle. I do wish that they put it into more of a round bottle, maybe with a pump as well, because I do quite like a pump, because this really like wide and thin bottle is just a bit of a weird packaging choice. I'm not really sure why they went for that. But regardless, a lovely, lovely body moisturiser, and I actually have a backup, so goes to show that I really do like the product. Third item I finished up. I finished it on the 7th of September, and it took me 5 uses to use it up, so not very many uses at all. and it is the Paula's Choice 2% salicylic acid. This is the anti-redness exfoliating solution, so I think that this is a more gentler version of the one that comes in the black bottle, and I don't really like that one. I find that one doesn't really do a particularly good job, whereas with this one, this is meant to be better for people who have slightly more sensitive skin but still have breakouts or have redness, and I do get some red cheeks sometimes, so I wanted to try this one, and it was one that Caroline Hirons recommended for people who have similar skin to myself. But again, this was another product that just sat on my dressing table, not really getting used, so I did incorporate this into my routine once a week. This was a weekend product, so say for example a Saturday ended up being my skin and me night, the Sunday I would use this, so I wasn't using this on the very same day in the very same routine as my tret. And my skin tolerates this really well. It doesn't tingle, it doesn't sting or burn. I don't really notice kind of any bad side effects from using it, and it is a really good product to help clear my skin as well. So actually, when I did have some breakouts over the past month, I did use this product, and it did seem to kind of help it. So I would either use it all over my skin, or I would just kind of use it as like a spot treatment, so get a bit on a cotton pad and just pop it on any spots that I had, and it really helps to kind of tone it down. So it is a really, really good product. I have purchased another exfoliating acid, but because I'm in my 30s, I think they recommend that you go for an AHA, so something like glycolic acid, which is good for stimulating collagen production, I think, and also maybe a lactic acid as well, that is a more gentler version of glycolic. And I have gone for, is it Youth to the Future or Youth to the People? Kombucha exfoliating toner. I haven't yet used that, so can't really comment on what that is like at the moment, but that is a combination of both glycolic and lactic acid. But if you experience more breakouts, oiliness, open pores, blackheads, things like that, then something like a salicylic acid like this product would be a good choice. So glad that that is yet another product used up. And then the fourth item that I finished off, I finished it the very next day on the 8th of September, and it took me 33 uses to use up. And actually just want to say, with my makeup project pan, I don't tally every single usage of that product. I tally the days on which I use that product. So for example, I am using up a lip gloss. If I was to tally every single time that I would use this, I would use this probably like 100 times in a month, because it's something that I reapply on a real infrequent basis. But with my project, with this project pan rather, I am tallying the number of times that I use this. So for example, the product that I have finished off, which is this, my Axis Y Artichoke Intensive Skin Barrier Ampoule, because I use this both morning and night, I would tally for the morning and tally for the evening. So that's why it's 33 uses, because it was a product I used both in the morning and in the evening. And this is a K-Beauty product, and I bought this because it's meant to be really good for calming down redness. Like I say, I do have some redness sometimes on my cheeks. I think this was a nice product. I can't really see that it made a huge amount of difference in my skincare routine. I think the azelaic acid and the niacinamide that's in my Skin and Me prescription does a better job than this does, but it's a nice calming serum. It felt nice to apply, gave me a bit of hydration, but to be honest, I was expecting more from this serum, so I don't think that this would be a product that I would repurchase, just because I felt like it didn't really do a lot, but nice enough. And this one does come quite highly recommended, so it might be that it works a lot better for you and your skin if you also have redness. So that is the fourth product. And then let's whip through the rest of the 7 items. The next product I used 9 times. It is the Colour Wow Style on Steroids Performance Enhancing Texture and Finishing Spray. This is in my project pan because I don't really feel like it does much for my hair. I put this on hair wash days. Now I did put it on today. I'm going to actually wash my hair tomorrow morning, I think, before work. So I did use it today, and it did help to kind of define the wave in my hair a little bit, because I sleep with it in a low plait. Did help to give it a little bit of body, but then I go and put it up in a ponytail because it's really, really hot. However, that effect doesn't last long at all. Within like 5-10 minutes, it's like I hadn't even put it on. So a very disappointing product, one that I wouldn't recommend, wouldn't repurchase, doesn't do a lot for my hair, and is in this project pan just to get it used up. I didn't use this next product often at all. I only used it 4 times. It is my massive Tan Luxe body lotion. Oh, I've still got half of this left. I've still got 500 millilitres of this body lotion left. It's brilliant. It's such a good body lotion. It gives me a really nice natural looking tan, and then when it fades it doesn't go streaky, it doesn't go patchy, it doesn't have that biscuit smell, it doesn't give like an orangey tan to your skin. It's really, really nice. But again, it's another body lotion, and like I just said with body lotions, with that Garnier one, I just can't always be bothered to put one on, especially if it's a tanning one, because I feel like a lot more effort goes into it, even though it doesn't. I know this one doesn't. This one dries straight away. I can get dressed straight away. It doesn't transfer. I just need to wash my hands afterwards. But I don't know why I just can't wear it on a regular basis. So really do hope that I use it a lot more than 4 times next month, because otherwise that's going to be with me still this time next year. The second Tan Luxe item that's in this project pan is a facial tanner. It's the Super Glow, the Hyaluronic Self Tan Serum Gradual. This is in my project pan because this doesn't do anything at all for my skin. It gives it no tan effect whatsoever. I really like the droppers that you add into moisturizer. That I feel gives me a bit of a tan. This doesn't. Now I put this on in my morning routine, and my morning routine contains no actives, so it's not like I'm putting it with a product that's going to provide an exfoliating effect and it's going to cancel out the effects of this. I just can't get this to work. No matter at what part of my morning routine I put it on, I still don't get a tan from it, so it's really disappointing. So it's like I'm putting on a product and just getting no benefits from it. However, I have used this, how many times? 11 times, and I'm nearly halfway through the product. I was right at the top of this, I think, in the last update, so I am getting through it fairly quickly, but I think I might just end up putting it on, say, like my legs or something, and using up quite a bit of it and getting it finished that way, because, yeah, it doesn't really do anything for me, this one. So next is an item that will be used up within like the next week or 2. There's hardly any of this left whatsoever. This is by L'Oreal. This is the Revitalift Filler Hyaluronic Acid 1.5% Hyaluronic Acid Serum. Yeah, I'm having to like tip it. There's hardly any of this in here. I used this 16 times since the last update, and now that I have used up the Axis Y serum, I can use this one in its place. So that's really helped me get through the L'Oreal one a lot quicker, the fact that I've gotten through the Axis Y one so quickly. This is a nice enough hyaluronic acid serum. I don't feel like I have a huge boost of moisture into my skin afterwards. It's a very sticky, tacky one though, so if you're not really that keen on that effect, you possibly won't like this one. But again, it's another good drugstore alternative, and 1.5% as well. And I think this was another one that I saw a dermatologist recommend. But it will be an empty in the next update, which will be exciting. Another one that should be an empty in the next update is the Beauty of Joseon Revive Eye Serum, Ginseng and Retinol. I'm not using this at the moment though, because I have had my lash lift. It's a Sunday. I had the lash lift on Friday, so that is also why I'm not wearing any eye makeup as well today, by the way. So I use this one 19 times since the last update, and I use this every night, although not at the moment. I don't use this just with my Skin and Me nights. So I take a pump of this on my ring finger, rub them in, and then just kind of light circles around the eyes. Can't really tell that it's made much difference to my dark circles though, but it feels like a nice eye cream. It's nice and light, it's quite fluid, so I get a good amount of time to give my eyes a little bit of a massage. Sinks in quite nicely after that as well, so it has a really nice texture and a really nice feel to it, but I can't say that I've noticed a difference in my dark circles. But I will need to cut this open soon because the pump is struggling to pick up enough product, so I am hoping this will be an empty in the next update. The next product should also be an empty in the next update. It's the Dermalogica Barrier Repair. I used it 17 times since the last update, and I tend to put this on after having my Skin and Me, mostly on my cheeks because that is where I would get some redness, but if I've had some breakouts I would pop it on those areas as well. Now, I did say in my last video I squeezed it to see how much was in it, and I squeezed it from the bottom and product came out, so I thought, oh, this is really, really full. But actually it's not. I think I must have just caught some air in this, but there's not a lot of product in this at all. I mean, I'm squeezing right from oh, right from the very end and nothing's coming out. Yeah, this one will need to be cut open very soon and scraped out. So this one should be an empty by the end, not by the end, by the next update. And this is just a nice calming product. It's a clear gel and it sinks in super quickly, and it has this weird texture of not really knowing whether you've applied enough of it or not, but it is really hydrating. So I know I have. I think I'm just used to having a moisturiser and spending a good amount of time massaging it in, whereas with something like this, it just sinks in really quite quickly. And this is in my project pan because this is another product that just doesn't really get used. And then last item I used 4 times, which for a nail varnish I think is quite good. This is the OPI nail lacquer in the shade Don't Bossa Nova Me Around. I have it on my fingernails, but I do need to get it off, and I've also got it on my toenails as well, so I do need to get both off and then reapply, and then that will be 2 uses of it. There's not much left in here at all. This used to be my favourite nail varnish, so I have worn it a lot, but I'm panning it because it is looking a bit sorry for itself. It's not the greatest of consistencies, and there's not much of it left, so I don't want this to get, you know, again, just sat around on my dressing table not getting used. I want to get it used up. So not sure if this will be an empty by the next update, maybe the update after, but there's not a lot of product left in this, and it is actually getting difficult to get a good, like, nice even 2 layers of product on my nails, so it might actually be an empty by the next update. We will see. So a great start then, 4 empties. And by the next update, I'm going to say that my empties are going to be the Tan Luxe Super Glow, so the face hyaluronic acid, the hyaluronic acid from L'Oreal, the eye serum, the barrier repair, and maybe the OPI. So maybe 5 items are empties by the next update, and then that just leaves me with 2 products, the Colour Wow and the Tan Luxe body lotion. And if that does happen, then I'll just pop those 2 products into my makeup project pan and just combine the 2. So yeah, a good start, good progress, really pleased with it. And like I said at the beginning, you just have to use your products. They're not going to get used up if you don't use them. Sounds really, really stupid, but it's true. So thank you for watching. If you have a project pan like this, please let me know how yours is going as well. Always really interested to hear your comments on things like this. Thanks very much for watching. Keep cool, it's very warm again today, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye.